this point in their career and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. Deontay Hardy to return. And look at this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
No dice on that flyer pass. Here's second down. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. They bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Vacates quickly, left side. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Lamar now from the gun. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. His drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Dump off caught by his back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. From the gun, a run for Henry. Powering across for the touchdown. The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
So the Ravens will try for 2. They'll try it on the ground. And he's almost there, but no, they stop him at the last moment. Wow, he's going to be just inches shy of that 2-point conversion. Could have been 7 if they tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So out had the Raiders for their first possession. They're brought out by someone who's kept the exact energy now as he had when he entered the league back in 2019. It's Gardner Minshew.
Kate, I don't know how many people know the story of Gardner Minshew and how close he was to becoming a GA and coaching. Mike Leach got on the phone with him and said, hey, why don't you take one more swing at this thing? Come out to Pullman, Washington, and lead my pirate ship. And all he did with that mustache was light the college football world on fire. And all he's been in the NFL with multiple organizations is that same spark plug that just makes something happen.
It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Minshew working from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Minshew finds him over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Third and just 2 to go. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense returning to the field for their second possession. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. By turning them against their own team, they were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
He takes it himself. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Pressure coming. It's Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. And this throw's knocked away. Incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target, and he could play on it.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. And again, it's Jackson. That's taken in by Henry. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Play action. Here's Jackson. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 12-point game in the 1st. Ravens gonna give it another go, trying for 2. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. It's Amir Abdullah with the return. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a 20-zip lead. Not exactly the big play that these reworked kickoffs were designed to promote, Brock, but hey, excitement's excitement, right? And it is hard to beat the old scoop and score.
Don't tell that kicking team that wasn't a big play. This is what they work on all week long, Kate.
Yep.
This is how they become special as a special teams unit to punch it out and take it back to the house.
And he's into the end zone. That play adds a couple more to their lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at the Raiders offense. And things are really getting away from them, so an important moment here to try and get a sustained position. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Madison. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Pass taken in by Marshall. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Going left side, Madison with it. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Ravens.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Buying some time right. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Lamar off the play fake. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. They go play fake with Jackson. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Another 2-point try coming for the Ravens. Jackson's going to throw again. And that's into the end zone, so they follow the touchdown by tacking on 2 more to their lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Abdullah now to return. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. The Raiders and Alexander Mattison ready for another go on offense. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way.
Through the defense it goes. Room to burn. Hits the 20. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders lower the deficit they face. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders trail by 23 now. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Ravens trotting out their offense. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
And in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Flush down now to his left. Taking off with it again. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. First down, here's Lamar. Chased out to his right. Oh, he's keeping it again. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Henry bullays his way in for the touchdown. The Ravens blowing them out in this opening quarter. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
Ravens gonna give it another go, trying for two. Play fake, Jackson. Headed out right. And they aren't slowing down in the slightest. Two more to their lead. Man, what a blowout we've got here.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Abdullah now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And they'd love a repeat of their last drive, wouldn't they? Their first play was their only play as they ran it in for 6. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. 1st and 10, Minshew. Complete here to Bowers. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Inside handoff goes to Madison. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And this is picked up by the Ravens!
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Baltimore. And we haven't even reached the end of one, and already that's the 3rd time that he's thrown them into the end zone. It's hard to think of a better start he could be having than this. Another 2-point try coming for the Ravens. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's into the end zone, so the blowout continues as they tack on 2 more. Well, we're now officially at the point where touchdowns might as well consider them 8 points in this contest, partner. Yet another 2-point conversion successful, and they've been borderline automatic.
Well, we've officially left the NFL record book behind. It used to stay.
He lost the football, and they steal it back on the return.
These guys are flying down the field. Reminds me of the guys at Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got 2 things on their mind. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does.
And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. I'm just taking a guess here, Brock, that they were so concerned with his passing prowess that they forgot this dude can deal quite a bit of damage with his legs, too.
Yeah, this is where offenses in the NFL are blurring with the college game. They want guys running the show who can light it up through the air, but just as often torch you on the ground, with numbers normally reserved for running backs.
And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. They got a handful on the play. Now need a handful more. 5 yards on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Slot man motioned over. Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Ravens swell their first quarter by 6. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. Ravens gonna give it another go, trying for 2. And he's got a man. Complete. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Man, just great work by the defense there, Brock. The coverage really forced that throw short of the goal line, and then they got downhill to clean that play up.
I love that word right there. You just nailed it, downhill. You throw it short, you allow those defenders with great speed and tenacity to come downhill on you. No chance for the 2 points.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Minshew. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
You ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
This our last play of the quarter. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get him a handful on that run as we've reached the end of the first. That's the end of one, and yikes, things looking a little out of hand already. It's the Ravens flying to an early lead. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They'll have it 3rd and 3. They'll run. This is... Oh, no, he lost control of another one. And this is picked up by the Ravens.
I'll tell you, Kate, by now, I think it's as much between the ears problem as it is anything technical ball security problem. After 3 fumbles in a game, he's got to get his head on right there on the sidelines before they will ever trust him to hang on the ball again.
The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. There has been nothing that can stop them, so we got to assume this drive, Brock, likely going to end in a touchdown as well. Throwing deep for the end zone. Oh, we put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
This is Henry on second. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're staring at a 4th down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On the move, headed right. He's running for it. Juke the defender. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal. Once more, here's Henry. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. He gets a chunk of 4 yards, leaving them just a yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Henry. And this time he gets it done. Touchdown. The Ravens capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Flying forward on the ground. And right back into the end zone he goes. So one play, it's a touchdown. Then the next for 2, and he's extended their lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. He lost the football. And the fumble recovery is made. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Handoff headed right to Henry. And he's able to get this down to the 13. They've invested some early touches in him, Brock, and the returns so far, I'd say very promising.
Kate, I told you the story before, but it was the same play 18 plays in a row. You know, I was really good with that clipboard on the sidelines. 18 plays in a row. Peyton ran the same play. If you can't stop it, keep calling.
And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. The early returns on the stat sheet have been good so far, partner. He's off to the exact kind of start they were hoping he'd have.
Yeah, you can just feel the rhythm, the timing, the tempo. And that ball is zipping all over the field.
They'll send him over right. Out of the gun, Henry. It's a gain of 1 big yard, Brock, because that sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
Henry. The makings of a goal line stand here. No gain on the run, and now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. Forced out to his right. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens continue dominating in our opening half. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. They'll try to run it in. And they aren't slowing down in the slightest. 2 more to their lead. Man, what a blowout we've got here.
Raiders 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders returning their offense and this running back to the field. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Good little rip there, looks like about 6. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Play action, it's Minshew. Caught Trey Tucker. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. How do it's out? It's a pickup of 26. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Out of bounds. The offense retains possession.
The give now to Madison. Wow, it's free again! And they scoop it up. They can still run with it. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup. Then they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They put a receiver in motion right. Here's 2nd and 2. That's taken in by Tucker. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
Throwing now from the gun. Oh, baby, he gets rocked and the ball is out. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Oh, man, yet again, Brock, an inability to hang on to the football. I'm just going to guess might be working a little harder on ball security next week. 3rd straight series, they put it on the turf.
Yeah, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Any day that ends in Y, you're probably going to do it because this is incredibly frustrating to not hold on to the football. It's left them searching for answers that I'm not sure anybody has right now.
The Ravens and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they were not blessed with the short field they got on their prior drive. This one is a world away as they begin deep on their own side. On first down, Jackson. Into the hands of Likely. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back.
Still first down.
Now Jackson off the play action. He's going to push one deep down the right. It is caught at the 20. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Play action now with Jackson. He'll get this to Henry. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. And this might be a free play. Let's see what they do. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. But now all eyes going to turn to those officials. We got to see if this flag is going to take it away.
Offside. Defense.
Got to the end zone with a free play, so they will, of course,
That penalty
decline
is
offsides
declined.
and take the points. Another 2-point try coming for the Ravens.
The Ravens will line up for the
Keeping it on the ground. And he's into the end zone, so the blowout continues as they tack on 2 more.
Every once in a while, we don't have to confuse this game. Simply beat the man in front of you. Carry the ball over the line. Rushing football at its finest.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys. Everything they're doing on...
Wow, it's free again! And this is picked up by the Ravens! Well, that didn't take long, Brock. 1 play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Throwing now, following the turnover. Escapes out to the left. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again is Lamar. Finding Flowers. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Ravens.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
He rolls to his right. And he's got it. They certainly weren't hurting for points, but hey, why not add 2 more onto the massive lead they've got?
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Raiders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, got to play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a 3rd consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown. The Raiders chop some of the lead off before the half. That is as efficient as an offense can be. 1 play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. The Ravens. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. He can run it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. And that run makes some history for him. He's now topped the previous record for rushing in a game by a QB. The previous mark of 181 was held by Colin Kaepernick since those 2013 playoffs, and the mantle now... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. He's on the move. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Blitz coming, Lamar. He's loaded another one up. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. 3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a 1st. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. Throwing on 1st is Minshew. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Pressure coming. It's Minshew. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. First down from the red zone. Has it down close. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
So they sent it to a second set of eyes in New York, and the call on the field is confirmed. Out of the pistol, Minshew escapes the pocket, pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's knocked loose. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Man, did those sidelines get louder. I think we all had to figure out what the heck was going on and who recovered the ball. But the minute they see the defense gets it, Kate, look at them. They save 6 points, and they get the ball back for their offense.
The visitors send Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. They are running away with this one, so probably content to just take this into the half. And a man is there to knock that away.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Lucky that didn't end as an interception. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Now Jackson. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. That's caught at the 25. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. They go play fake with Jackson. Buying some time right. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try to field goal right now.
You know, that's a tough one right there. Actually, when you're outside the pocket, because your body is going and moving laterally, it often takes the ball out of bounds just like that. That's a tough connection to make, even under the best of circumstances. This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. Chased out to his right. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down. The call came in before the teams even hit the locker rooms. We're skipping halftime. We're starting the 3rd quarter right away. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And while we watch these replays from the booth partner, he's probably remembering these plays from the coach's doghouse, you think? Yeah. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Madison. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
It's 2nd and inches.
From midfield on 2nd down. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Oh, boy, Brock, some very unfortunate deja vu offensively here. This is exactly how their last drive came to an end, too.
Yeah, bummer for the offense, but exactly what the defense has worked on this week. Right, they find those ball security culprits, and they take advantage of them. They study that tape, Kate, all week long, looking to see who's loose with the football and where they can take advantage of it. And they've done it on back-to-back drives.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. On the move, headed right. He takes it himself. He's got a gain of 6 there. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Rolling left, buying some time. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. From the gun, Jackson. He's keeping it again. Jukes out a one-stop. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the red zone now. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens push their lead further to start the half. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. They'll try it on the ground. And he's into the end zone. That play adds a couple more to their lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Abdullah now to return. Oh no, he lost control of another one. And the fumble recovery is made. The Vegas... A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Minshew. Completed over the middle. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 46-yard line.
Minshew working from the gun. Into the hands of Tucker. Complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Raiders first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Let's come in here, Brock Minshew. He'll get it complete to Alexander Madison. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up what's ever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Headed out right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Ravens first down.
Play fake, Jackson. Buying some time left. He calls his own number again. And he gets him around 6 there. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
Play action now with Jackson. He puts some power on a deep one. Brought in inside the 20. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow their lead off the turnover. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. From Sid Luckman in 1943 to Drew Brees in 2015. We've had 8 quarterbacks throw 7 touchdowns in one game. And now we have a 9th who's accomplished that feat as his dominance over this defense continues. Ravens gonna give it another go, trying for 2. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Well, I know we normally look for where the breakdown occurred here, partner, but I think he just made a really good play defensively to get back there.
Yeah, you're not just thinking. He absolutely did it. That defender was reacting. Go shoot your shot. And that is teaching tape for that.
Return coming from the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. Minshew on first down. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10, Minshew. Wow, it's free again! And this is picked up by the Ravens. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Ravens capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Step one is just making the hit, Brock. Step two, trying to knock the football out with that hit, and they were even fortunate enough to get... Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Picked off by Divine Diablo. Really seemed like they were trying to get as much momentum as possible out of that series of events, didn't it? Big play like a fumble return, Brock. They wanted to add another big moment with that two-point try.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all, even if they did fail. Kind of like a big play we see all the time, right? The offense will get right back to the line. Don't let that defense breathe. I don't mind it, even if the execution wasn't there.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. A give now from the gun. Wow, it's free again! And this is picked up by the Ravens! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
We see the Ravens making their way out now. And whether it was their game plan or not, they were pretty quick to realize the ground game, yeah, that was working. And they made that the centerpiece of what they were doing offensively.
Yeah, the great thing when you get a run game like this going in the first half is you know it will lay the foundation for what's to come. These guys will be energized going into the locker room at halftime, and they'll be excited to build on that foundation in the second half.
Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up third down. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Ravens grow their lead off the turnover. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. His 5th rushing score in this game alone. And right back into the end zone he goes. So one play, it's a touchdown. Then the next for 2, and he's extended their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. They'll run here on first down. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Inside handoff goes to Madison. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Out of the gun, Minshew. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And things just seem to keep snowballing for them. Now their special teams is it. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. 1st down, here's Lamar. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens can cruise to a win, growing that lead further. Well, with that score right there, Brock, he has reached one of the pinnacles of playing quarterback here in the NFL. The most touchdown passes in a single game.
And I can promise you, after this game, he's going to do... I remember Peyton and Marvin having a back and forth after breaking a record. Neither of them wanted the ball because they knew it took all of them. And I promise you, after the game at the podium, he'll say the same thing today. It's his name in the record book, but this is an offensive explosion for a day.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. Their offense ready to take the field now. And they're going to need to play for pride or for something to build on for next week, Brock, because this game seems out of reach, even though we've got a full quarter still to go. Rolling out to his left. He's on the move. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. From the gun, a run for Madison. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down, and they... Wow, it's free again! Oh, and they got it back. This play is still live. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now first run of the game, Zamir White. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard, and that brings up 3rd and 8. Quick on the draw to White. Oh, the football's loose. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
3rd down, you could see he may have been trying to simply do too much to help his side. It loosened his hold on the ball and gave that defense a chance to knock it free. Instead of facing 4th down, they're off the field completely.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Forced out to his right. He's keeping it. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. New set of downs for him from the 46. Flushed out of the pocket. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
And they bring him down around the 34. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. They motion the tight end over. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He sends this one to the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
You know, down here in the red zone where there's a touchdown on the line, you really want to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender. Make sure you know where that throw is going and get in position to swat it away. That is well done.
He's running with it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Thankfully, only one quarter. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. A give right side to Henry. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire, getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here's Lamar. Getting out to his left. And he sails that one over the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Now it's Lamar. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
A 50% hit rate on 4th down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate, and that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout. And
The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Ravens throwing 6 more on the blowout. Well, Brock, you and I know after that first turnover they were able to take back. They were looking for another one, and lo and behold, they found it.
you felt it. I felt it.
Yep.
Everybody in the stands felt it. It wasn't just good enough to get the takeaway. They wanted to one-up what they did earlier, and look at the celebration now.
Another 2-point try coming for the Ravens. Jackson throwing for it. He rolls to his right. And that's into the end zone, so they follow the touchdown by tacking on 2 more to their lead. All right, Brock, that is not a graphics error on your screen. They are indeed over the century mark, a triple-digit lead. And, you know, I kind of tell them to stop going for 2, but I don't think anybody's going to listen to me.
Is there any way we could turn the difficulty meter up out there? Just give them a little tougher challenge. I know there's no way to do it during an NFL game, of course. Just wishful thinking from upstairs.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The offense headed back to the field. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Pressure coming, it's Minshew. Massive hit, the ball is out! And this goes out of bounds. The fumble, not ideal, but hey, did end up being a small gain on the play.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or 2 in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner. Because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on it.
And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That's good for Las Vegas.
Back now, pressure on its way. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Brandon Stevens has it.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Ravens in very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Another run for Henry. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down. Lamar back to throw. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
First down throw for Jackson. Vacates quickly left side. On the move, chucking it deep down the left sideline.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
Pistol snap to Jackson. He's trying to go deep again. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throw came out wide as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Lamar throwing again. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's out of bounds very close to that marker, but it looked a tad short. Oh, and it is. That's a turnover on downs. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Throw wheeled in by Mayer. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. Ball at the 33 for first down. Back to throw, Minshew. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
To throw again on second down here, Minshew. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this, here he goes. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Man, that run was looking so good for him, but you'll see QBs don't always tuck it away like running backs do. That was loose, ball away from his body, and in prime position to be knocked free. That's exactly what happens once that defender catches him downfield.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. He's throwing deep to the left side. Big gain downfield. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Trying to run with Henry. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk, even if a run is stopped short.
And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Ravens running them out of the building. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Another score for him this game. Ravens gonna give it another go, trying for 2. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's into the end zone. That play adds a couple more to their lead. Well, that right there was a beautiful bit of short field artistry, partner. Netting them a couple more points following the touchdown.
I love that word. Artistry, because that's what you are as a quarterback, right? You have got to sometimes create a picture when there is none there. And this QB, more than capable of doing it, that just so infuses everyone around you with so much confidence, because it didn't have to be perfect. He could scramble and still find a way to create one heck of a beautiful painting.
Setting up the screen. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Complete here to Bowers. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. 6 DBs out there for the Ravens. 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, Minshew. He has the 1st over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Sticking in the air with Minshew. Gets it quickly to Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Minshew working from the gun. That's taken in by Tucker. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Minshew looking to throw. And that'll chip away some of this near the end. It's caught for a touchdown. The Raiders putting up points in a game decided. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. The visitors send them. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Chased out to his right. On the move, looking deep down the middle. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So what began at their own 20, Brock, all of a sudden is inside the other 20. It's first and 10. Now here he goes. He breaks the tackle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. They'll run here with Henry. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Ravens continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. The 6th time he's run it in this game, and that ties the NFL record. They'll try to run it in. And he's almost there, but no! They stop him at the last moment. Wow, he's going to be just inches shy of that 2-point conversion. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This is taken in at the 13. He's stopped on the return at the 27. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Minshew on first down. He's on the move. He takes it himself. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some...
Oh, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing now, following the turnover. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Flush down now to his left. Now he takes it. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Buying some time right. That's low and bounces short of his man. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And it's going to be second down. Throwing again is Lamar. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. Third down coming up. Shotgun snap to Jackson. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Could be on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up fourth down. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. It's 44 yards here from the left hash. Tucker's kick is up and good. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Abdullah now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Throwing on first is Minshew. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. And now it's second down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the gun, Minshew. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down. Out of the pistol, Minshew. He gets this one to Myers. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. 2nd and 3 now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 38. He'll get this to Tucker. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
That's good for another loss.
Pressure coming. It's Minshew. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Minshew. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field. Incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Let's come in here, Brock. Minshew. Complete. It's Myers. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Vegas first down. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. He has the touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now it's Lamar. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
That's interference. Defense.
Ball game's not over just yet. Don't leave those seats. The interference call means we're going to have an untimed down here. Play action now with Jackson. Buying some time left. And he'll add to their lead on the final play of the game as he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens throwing 6 more on the blowout. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And they weren't afraid to keep running up that score to the point that records came and went on the way to victory. Their point total, Brock, actually eclipsed the old record of 72 points in a game, which was held by Washington since 1966. Now a new record stands, one of the great offensive showings we have ever seen.
Hey, yo, fresh out the...